What is Sonic CD? Well, aside from being the game that I just set on the counter, Sonic CD is a 1993 game for the SEGA CD add-on.
This was the first ever release of Sonic on a CD-based platform.
Sonic CD is Sonic the Hedgehog goes time traveling, meets Amy Rose for the first time, meets Metal Sonic for the first time, goes time traveling again, blows up Metal Sonic, saves Amy Rose, and he does it all on one disc.
So what makes Sonic CD stand out from other Sonic games is that it is largely exploration focused. You have very, very large explorative maps, maze-like in structure that you can really go and get stuck into and find secrets, and there is a big focus on the fact that each stage can be explored in both the past and the future.
You don't just get one level, you don't get 2 levels, you get 3 levels in one level. You get the past, you get the present, and you get the future. And you have to take your sweet time to find every element in that level, because you gotta go all the way to the past to defeat the robot to free the future. And if you go to the future after you defeat the robot, then you have no enemies. You can literally make the game so much easier for yourself.
But I really think what stands out from the whole entire rest is that distinctive art style that Sonic CD had. Keeping in mind, we had Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 was right around the corner as well, but Sonic CD is one of those games where if you see a screenshot, a capture from it, you know exactly what game that's from, and that's just from the art style.
I first experienced Sonic CD at an old department store's electronics department. For an entire holiday season, that top row of televisions had the title screen animation on loop, and it was weird because I saw it and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not Sonic 1, the wings are gold, they're not white. And then I saw a more detailed Sonic, and then I heard Sonic Boom and the animation, and I probably stood there watching it over and over again for hours. I think my parents actually had to drag me away a couple of times.
Yeah, just seeing a cartoon for the first time featuring Sonic in a game, and it was really, really cool. I love it. I couldn't understand the song. I still, to this day, don't quite know what they're singing. I think it's Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. I don't even know what that means. but the intro was so cool. So I bought Sonic CD on PC.
I didn't have a Sega Mega CD growing up. Those were a little bit too hard for me to get. Weirdly enough, because of my computer at the time, it didn't actually play the CD music when the game played. So I played the game originally with no audio whatsoever, outside of the jumping sounds.
Biggest challenge was literally the entire experience of Sonic CD. But it was over time that I got better and I appreciated it more. Being able to finally see those animations in context and being able to see the Metal Sonic versus Amy in context and see how all that gets referenced and how much reverence Metal Sonic truly has in the franchise.
So the way I think Sonic CD has shaped the Sonic franchise and gaming as a whole is that it is definitely that whole explorative focus, though having these massive maze-like stages is just a real unique part of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Not only through introductions of characters such as Amy Rose or Metal Sonic, but also if you look at like the music and aesthetics that have kind of carried through into later titles. Musically, if you look at like songs like Stardust Speedway or Metallic Madness, how often those show up, with Stardust Speedway kind of being Metal Sonic's unofficial theme of sorts. But it's one of those things that you see a lot of the influence from things started in Sonic CD in the later games. My fondest memory playing Sonic CD is actually being able to come back as an adult and finally play through the game in the Origins collection. Playing through it as a kid in the Gems collection, I was never able to make it super far into the game, and I never felt like I actually got to fully experience the game. So being able all these years later to come back and experience a new version of the game with like even added features is amazing.
Amy Rose is really, really fun to play as in Sonic Origins Plus. Just a great sort of moveset, makes for really interesting exploration as you play through the game.
Being able to experience Also, these special stages with an updated frame rate makes this the definitive way to experience Sonic CD, in my opinion.
Sonic CD was the first Sonic game that dared to be different. And that is seen in every single Sonic game that you see today. Because Sonic is not the same as Sonic was in the past. Sonic has had many different variations of himself. He's changed, he's got unique gameplays, unique styles across so many different games, from your classic Mega Drive games. You've got the Sonic Adventure series, then you've got Sonic Heroes that completely changes the whole system. Then you've got the Sonic 06, which definitely dared to be different. Sonic CD pushed those boundaries for Sonic to be able to evolve as it went along. Sonic has evolved because of Sonic CD. If Sonic CD wasn't around, I can't think of how Sonic might be now, because it was such a bold test to take Sonic at the early stages of its life, make it something completely different, but still be similar, and still get people excited.
And I may be a little bit biased, but I do think Sonic should have let Dr. Eggman win.